All right. Uh, Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, from wherever you're watching from. For people who are watching from Kenya, I woke up very early in the morning, as early as 5. I'm shooting this video at 5 in the morning. Um, uh, PLO Lumumba, according to PLO Lumumba, he said once upon a time his friend, his friend who is a politician here in Kenya, asked him before he died. He called him to the hospital and he asked him, Lumumba, do you know any university here in Kenya or in the world where they teach experience? A university where they have a faculty where they teach experience? And he said, no, there is no such kind of a university where they have a faculty that they're teaching experience. And he told him, now, experience is never taught. You must go through processes to be able to have an experience. The only way we can be able to revive Africa is by cutting ties with the European nations, is by cutting ties with a white man, is by cutting ties with their organizations and with everything. We have had experiences where somebody has decided to cut ties with a European nation and his country is glowing, his country is developing, and his country is a testimony, is a big change. When we look at that country, we can be able to speak and say, sincerely speaking, this country has changed. Cutting ties with a European nation will really, 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 really make your country grow. When we're taking an example of Burkinabe, is a country that has really grown within a very short time. A lot of things have changed in that country. A lot of things are happening. And I think it is high time every politician in Africa and every leader of Africa would wake up and say, we want to do away with the European nations and we want to guide ourselves. We want to rule ourselves. Why I woke up this morning to shoot this video is I wanted to tell you guys that Ibrahim Traore is a very good example of a change. He's a very good example of a change, and it is an experience enough that European nations are pulling Africa back. Africa is trying to move forward, but European nations are pulling Africa back. You know, European nations were able to reach where they are today because they used Africans as a ladder to climb the tree. And now they got on top of the tree. When they got on top of the tree, now African people remained down the tree. Now, when African people, when the eyes of the African people were open, when they realized they are supposed also to be climbing the tree, they didn't have a ladder. The ladder was themselves. They were used by the European people. The European people used Africans to climb the tree. And then when they climbed the tree, they left us down here. So they're stepping on our heads. It was very easy for them to get on top of the tree. And when we realized now we are supposed to even also to get on top of the tree, we have nothing to use as a ladder to climb the tree. And that is why we are still down. So the moment we are trying to strive to be where we are supposed to be, or to be a continent that we want to be countries that we want to be, they keep on pulling us back every time and every moment. We can't find time. We are not able to actually reach where we want to reach. When it comes to development, we are still far. When it comes to our economy cannot even be compared to any other economy. Like, we have very bad economies here in Africa. In every country in Africa, developments, we are down. There is nothing that we can wake up, or maybe we can stand and show off to people and say, this is what we have achieved. And I believe that if we want a change in Africa, we do away with the European nations. That is the only way, because even if you be competent, how it doesn't matter how much you're going to be competent. It doesn't matter how much you're saying, I'm going to be responsible, I'm going to work, I'm going to do away with the corruption. Because even if we decide to do away with corruption today, but we are still under European nations, we're not going to move forward, because the intention and the work of the European nation, their main intention is to make sure we are not moving forward, is to make sure we are not actually growing. Because if we grow, we are going to start competing with them. That is the most dangerous thing they know. And now, because they know if we grow, we're going to compete with them, they cannot allow us to grow. They cannot give us opportunity. They cannot give us chance to grow. That is why they would always do everything to make sure they are pulling us backward. And they're pulling us backward through many things. They create a problem, they create a solution. So when they are creating a problem and they are creating a solution, that means that when they create a problem and they are creating a solution, that means a problem will come to us. When we get into troubles, they create a solution so that we can be able to go to them and bow down to them for us to be able actually to be given a solution, or rather for us to be helped. And before we get helped, they set rules, they set regulations, they give us conditions. And because we need that help, we must align with their conditions. We must agree the conditions to be able to be helped. And that is why every time we keep on falling back, we keep on falling back, we keep on falling back. We try to go forward, they pull us back. We try to go forward, they pull us back. They have invaded in our countries. We are every valuable things, they are coming from Africa. We have minerals in Africa. Those minerals are not helping Africans. Those minerals are taken to the European countries, to a white man land. They are going there. When they are taken there, they are making good use of them, and then at the end of the day, a little thing that remains, they bring to us, and they don't bring it for free, they sell to us. So we are finding it very difficult to be able to grow as a nation, to be able to grow as a continent, because these people, they are still in our countries. People think that maybe we have another way, or maybe we can try to use another means to actually be free, or rather to actually liberate our countries. The only liberation we want is to do away with the European people. If we can be able to do away with the Europeans from Africa, from our continent, we are able to grow. Because right now, you realize that a lot of countries, and 95% of the countries in Africa, there is a way they are being actually manipulated by a white man in one way or the other. They are being manipulated by a white man in one way or the other. And therefore, because a white man has taken that advantage, and because a white man is using 1, 2, 3 people, it is very difficult for us to actually maybe eliminate ourselves, or rather uproot ourselves in the hands of a white man. Because this one person who is representing every other people, this one person, the president, who is representing a nation, the head of the state, when they only need to reach him, maybe to socialize with him, to talk to him, and he sells us out. They are sellouts. Those presidents, these politicians, these leaders, they are sellouts. They've decided they are going to become puppets to these European countries. They are going to follow everything they are being told. We don't have to follow everything we are being told. We don't have to follow every rule. We don't have to actually do what these people are asking us to do. When they ask you, take your military troops to Haiti, you just take your military troops to Haiti. You don't even care. Your country itself, there is no security. Your country, people are dying, but you're taking policemen, or maybe you're taking your military from your country to go and try to make peace to another country, to a foreign country, when in your country yourself there is a problem of security. People are dying, people are killing each other. You find out that people die every day, and then you leave your country instead of strengthening security in your country. You want to go and make peace in another country. That is incompetence of the highest level. Because if you cannot be able actually to take care of yourself, how can you take care of another person? You see, that is being a puppet. That is being a puppet. Anything you're told, you just do because a master has told you to do. It is no longer it should be no longer a master anymore. We should master our own selves, and we should stop and deny the issue of being manipulated and the issue of being told do this, do this, do this. The only way to do that is to do away with the Europeans. It's not hard. It is easy. You as a president, you as a politician, you as a head of the state, wake up one day and say no to manipulation. Ibrahim Traore is not working with any European country that is trying to manipulate him. Ibrahim Traore is a kind of a person right now that says, if you want business, let it be business. If you want us to work together, let us work together. We are working together in a way that everybody must benefit. You benefit, I benefit. We are not working as you have not employed me. We are working as colleagues. We are working as colleagues. You're working in the same office, you with your office, me with my office. If you need something from me, borrow. Or if you need something from me, come and buy. I'll sell it to you. If I need something from you, I'll come and buy. I don't want you to give me anything for free, and I'm not going to give you anything for free. And he is existing. He has not died. He is still living. He is still existing. Why don't you decide and say, I want to serve my people? I don't want to serve a European country. You are serving a white man. A white man has already developed himself. That same white man has developed himself using you. But you as an individual, you want to go and continue making that white man giving him progressive, like making him progress more than how he has progressed already. Remember the progress he has made. He made that progress using you. You are a ladder to where he has reached right now. To his destiny, he had to use you to get to his destiny. You're still helping him to go far and far. And you continue going to suffer, you're continuing to cry, you're continuing to remain at the same place forever and ever. So Africa is a great continent, and everybody knows that Africa is a great continent. Everything we need in Africa, we have it. But we are the poorest continent again. And why are we poor? It's because we have a few people, a few individuals who have decided they are going to sell this country, to sell the countries out, to sell out the countries. Few individuals who have decided we are not going to work for our people. We are going to work for a white man, which is very bad, because you're working for a white man. Yes, you as a person, you are gaining something. But at the end of the day, people who chose you, people who placed you into that government, what are they going to gain? Are you going to see them cry for 10 years that you're going to be in power? Are you going to watch them crying? Are you going to watch them living in poverty? Are you going to watch them suffer for the period of time you're going to be in government? Come on, let us change, man. Let us decide to say no to this. Let us turn around, because it only takes a single step. Just take a step and say, from today, I'm not going to do this anymore. Let us support Ibrahim Traore. One person will support Ibrahim Traore. The second person will come. When the second person comes, the third person will see this way we are taking is a good way. He will come. Let's do away with European. Do away with European. Do away with the white man's land. If they want to approach us, they should approach us as people who also, we have our countries, we have our rules, we have our regulations. I have got my rules and my regulations. They have got their rules and their regulations. When they want to come to me, or when they want something from me, they must align with my rules and regulations. When I want something from them, I must align with their rules and regulations. Everybody should respect each other. Like, we need to respect each other. If we are going to do that, we are going to grow. But if we want to continue to live under the manipulation, under the guidance, under the rules of a European or of a white man, we are going to suffer. Let us do away with the European presidents. I'm addressing the politicians of Africa. I'm addressing presidents of Africa. Let us do away with the Europeans' connection. Let us do away with that. We have entered into loans. African countries, every African country, they are in loan. except one country that I don't know, is it Niger or something? I don't know, but I'll make a research. But right now, every African country, we are into loans. These loans were being given by the European people. We are in captivity. We think we are free, but we are not free. And that is the next episode I'm going to talk about colonization and something like that. Stay tuned. You'll follow that episode. We think we are free, but we are not free. So it is very difficult for us to get where we want to get because we are living under a circumstance where we cannot be able to govern ourselves. So the only way to help ourselves is to do away with it. I know some people will say, it's difficult to do away, but it's not difficult. It is only one person has to decide and say, it is enough. I've done it for quite some time, and now it has gotten to a point when I have to do away with it because it really needs to get to a point where now you need to look at the people who elected you. You need to look at the people who placed you in government to represent them. You have forgotten that you have people you need to lead. You have forgotten that you have people you need to guide. You have forgotten that you have people that actually they are crying every day. People, mothers and children, they don't have school fees. Some of them are dying of anger. Some of them, like, they're going through predicaments, they are going through misfortunes, like they're just suffering. But you are somewhere where you are being kept well, you're being actually pocketed, your interests are being taken care of, and you feel you're okay when someone else, a person from your country, a citizen from your country, is crying every day because of anger, because you cannot be able actually to serve them when they placed you in government. You want to serve someone who is far away from you. That is a no to me, and that is something that we need to do away with it. We can only help ourselves if we do away with a European European countries, white man instructions. Let us do away with them. That is the only way you can save Africa. People say it is difficult, but it is not difficult. Ibrahim Traore has done it, and he is still existing. So take a step. Let us take a step as Africans. Let us take a step and try to bring out the value of our continent. Our continent is valuable. Our continent is big. Our continent is a great continent. How will that greatness come out? That greatness will come out if we can only decide to govern ourselves. If we can only decide to follow our own rules, to live by our own means, to live by to live an African way. Most of the times we are not living an African way. Right now, especially right now, we aren't living an African way. We are living a life that does not belong to us. We are living a white man way of life. Someone asked me, why is it that we crave so much? We want to live like a white person. We want to live like a European. It is because we think Europeans are better than us. They're not better than us. We are equal to them. Maybe we are even better than them, but we cannot be able to see that. So if we can do away with the European, if we can do away with them, if we can do away with their manipulation, we are going to grow as Africa. That is why I decided to wake up this early to be able to give out that message, because I really crave and I really want to hear one time or one day that Africa has finally become to what it is supposed to be. And therefore, I'm addressing everybody. I'm addressing you, the person who you're listening to me. I'm addressing politicians. I'm addressing leaders. Let us stop doing things that are not supposed to be done. Let us stop being incompetent. Let us stop being irresponsible. Let us work for the people who actually chose us to work for them, because they are actually our employers and we are the employees. We need to work for them as leaders and as politicians. So I urge you all that you may do away with these people, because that is the only way to make a difference. That is the only way to bring a change. Tell me what you think on the comment section. Tell me what you have in mind. Tell me if you think that is the way actually to revive Africa, or maybe to liberate Africa. And tell me if you have got a different opinion. For those with a different opinions, tell me in the comment section. I want to hear and also learn from you. Otherwise, I'm here to give you 10 of 10 content. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll be here all the times to make sure I am giving you 10 over 10 content as it is, as it's coming, as it's peeping in, because that is my work, and together we shall liberate Africa. Adios.